Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into a classic self-help book that's been a game changer for millions of people worldwide, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Whether you're looking to improve your personal relationships, advance your career, or just communicate more effectively, this book has timeless advice. So let's break down the key principles from this life-changing book. Let's kick things off with the first part of the book, which focuses on how to handle people effectively. The first principle Carnegie talks about is, don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Criticism leads to resentment, and nobody likes to feel attacked or blamed. So, instead of pointing out someone's flaws, try to understand them and approach them with empathy. Next, Carnegie advises us to give honest and sincere appreciation. Everyone wants to feel valued, and when you genuinely appreciate others, it strengthens your relationships. But remember, this has to be authentic. People can tell when praise is insincere, so make sure it comes from the heart. Finally, arouse in the other person an eager want. This means you should focus on what the other person wants and find ways to align your requests with their interests. If you can make someone feel like helping you will benefit them, they'll be much more likely to do so. Now let's move on to part 2, where Carnegie shares 6 ways to make people like you. These methods are timeless, and have been proven effective in various social settings. These are some powerful tips for building rapport and forming deeper connections with others. By applying these principles, you can enhance your social interactions and create meaningful relationships. First up, become genuinely interested in other people. This means showing a real curiosity about their lives, their stories, and their experiences. People love to talk about themselves, so if you show a sincere interest in their lives and experiences, they'll automatically like you more. This can be as simple as asking thoughtful questions and really listening to their answers. Ask questions, listen actively, and be curious about their world. Second, smile. A genuine smile can break down barriers and create an instant connection. It's simple but incredibly effective. A smile can convey warmth, friendliness, and openness, making others feel comfortable around you. A warm smile can instantly make someone feel at ease and show that you're approachable. It's a universal gesture that transcends language and culture. Third, remember that a person's name is, to that person, the sweetest sound in any language. Using someone's name in conversation shows that you value them as an individual. So, remember people's names and use them in conversation. It's a small gesture that can have a big impact on how people perceive you. It makes them feel important and appreciated. Fourth, be a good listener. This means giving your full attention to the person speaking and showing that you care about what they have to say. Fourth, be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. This not only makes them feel valued but also helps you learn more about them. Encourage others to talk about themselves. People love talking about their passions, and by being an attentive listener, you build a stronger connection with them. People love talking about their passions, and by being an attentive listener, you build a stronger connection with them. Fifth, talk in terms of the other person's interests. Fifth, talk in terms of the other person's interests. Instead of focusing on your own interests, try to talk about things that excite the other person. This shows that you care about their preferences and makes conversations more enjoyable. Instead of focusing on your own interests, try to talk about things that excite the other person. This shows that you care about their preferences and makes conversations more enjoyable. It's a great way to find common ground and build a connection. This shows that you care about their preferences and makes conversations more enjoyable. And finally, make the other person feel important, and do it sincerely. And finally, make the other person feel important, and do it sincerely. It's all about making people feel valued. A simple compliment or acknowledgement can go a long way in forming lasting bonds. It's all about making people feel valued. A simple compliment or acknowledgement can go a long way in forming lasting bonds. When people feel appreciated, they are more likely to respond positively to you. A simple compliment or acknowledgement can go a long way in forming lasting bonds. By incorporating these 6 principles into your daily interactions, you can create a positive and lasting impression on those around you. Moving on to part 3, where Carnegie shares strategies for winning people over to your way of thinking. This section is crucial for anyone looking to build stronger relationships, both personally and professionally. This is all about influencing others in a positive, respectful way. It's not about manipulation, but about genuine connection and understanding. The first principle here is, The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. Arguments often lead to resentment and rarely change minds. Arguing rarely leads to productive outcomes. Instead, it often creates more division and hard feelings. Instead, try to understand the other person's point of view and seek common ground. This approach fosters mutual respect and opens the door to constructive dialogue. If you find yourself in a disagreement, be respectful and avoid escalating the conflict. Keeping a cool head can prevent a minor issue from becoming a major problem. Next, Carnegie advises, show respect for the other person's opinions. Never say, "You're wrong." This simple act of respect can go a long way in maintaining harmony. People don't like to feel disrespected or belittled. Such feelings can lead to defensiveness and further conflict. Even if you disagree, express your views tactfully and respectfully. This helps in keeping the conversation productive and positive. If you're wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. Acknowledging your mistakes shows integrity and builds trust. Owning up to your mistakes makes you more trustworthy and encourages others to do the same. It creates an environment where honesty is valued. Carnegie also suggests, begin in a friendly way. A warm and friendly approach can set a positive tone for any interaction. When you approach someone with warmth and positivity, they're more likely to be open to your ideas. This can pave the way for more meaningful and productive conversations. Another tip is, get the other person saying yes, yes, immediately. Start with questions or statements they are likely to agree with. Creating momentum for further agreement. This technique helps in building a positive and cooperative atmosphere. This makes them more likely to be open to your perspective. When people feel heard and understood, they are more willing to consider new ideas. Let the other person do a great deal of the talking. People enjoy sharing their thoughts and feelings, so give them the space to express themselves. This not only makes them feel valued, but also provides you with valuable insights. Finally, let the other person feel that the idea is theirs. When people feel ownership of an idea, they are more committed to its success. People are more likely to support ideas they feel ownership of. This sense of ownership can drive motivation and engagement, so encourage others to contribute their thoughts, and they'll be more invested in the outcome. By fostering a collaborative environment, you can achieve greater success together. And now, we've arrived at the final section, how to change people without arousing resentment. This section is all about leadership and how to inspire positive change in others while maintaining good relationships. Being a leader isn't just about giving orders, it's about guiding and nurturing your team to achieve their best. The first piece of advice is, begin with praise and honest appreciation. Recognize the efforts and achievements of your team members genuinely. If you need to correct someone, start by acknowledging their strengths. This approach not only builds confidence but also sets a positive tone for the conversation. This softens the impact of criticism and makes the person more receptive. People are more likely to accept feedback when they feel valued and respected. Call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. Instead of highlighting errors bluntly, use subtle cues to guide them towards improvement. Instead of directly pointing out flaws, suggest improvements gently. This method encourages a collaborative spirit and reduces defensiveness. This makes the correction less threatening. When people feel safe, they are more open to change and growth. Another principle is, talk about your own mistakes before criticizing the other person. Sharing your own experiences makes you relatable and shows that everyone makes mistakes. This shows humility and makes the other person more likely to accept feedback. It creates a sense of camaraderie and mutual respect. When giving feedback, ask questions instead of giving direct orders. Questions encourage dialogue and make the other person feel involved in the process. This allows the other person to think through the solution and feel more in control of the situation. It fosters a sense of ownership and responsibility. Let the other person save face. This means allowing people to maintain their dignity even when they've made mistakes. It helps preserve their self-respect and fosters goodwill. When people feel respected, they are more motivated to improve. Praise the slightest improvement and praise every improvement. Positive reinforcement is key. Recognizing even small steps forward can have a big impact. When you recognize progress, no matter how small, it motivates people to continue improving. Consistent encouragement builds momentum. Give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. By expressing your belief in their potential, you inspire them to meet those expectations. If you tell someone you believe in their abilities and expect great things from them, they're more likely to rise to the occasion. Use encouragement. This can be a powerful motivator. Make the fault seem easy to correct. By framing problems as solvable and offering encouragement, you inspire confidence in others. By framing problems as solvable and offering encouragement, you inspire confidence in others. This approach helps people feel capable and motivated to tackle challenges. And finally, make the other person happy about doing the thing you suggest. Instead of pushing someone into doing something, make them feel good about the idea, so they're motivated to take action. Instead of pushing someone into doing something, make them feel good about the idea, so they're motivated to take action. When people are happy and enthusiastic, they are more likely to embrace the task and give their best effort. To sum it all up, how to win friends and influence people is about understanding human nature, showing empathy, and using positive reinforcement. If you apply these principles in your life, you'll become a better communicator, build stronger relationships, and influence others in a positive way. Remember, it's not about manipulating people. It's about creating authentic connections and helping others feel valued. If you found these tips helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.